All right. Hi, everybody. We're going to get right to it. Used to be that sometimes reruns were things that people didn't like. But for this one, I've had a couple people, especially TechZags, ask me about the video I did for removing things from previous editions of Action PC Baseball into the most current. And so I, rather than just dig through it, I thought I would just do a super, super, super short recap. All right. So maybe we'll do a game afterwards. Notice that the Discord has been blowing up, but also would like to welcome new subscribers to this family, this channel that we've all created. And there's Bernie. And so hopefully those of you who are new to the channel, maybe you'll pop in and ask for a link to our Discord. It's an amazing Discord, mainly devoted to baseball, but just a lot of good chatter going on and everything like that, and pointing to other people's projects. So this is going to be just a real super quick recap. So a lot of people, they have Action PC Baseball, and then they get the new edition. Well, way in the past, you had to do all these reassignments and everything like that. You don't anymore. It's really, really nice. So I've done 1976 here and stuff like that. So you can see if I click on, I don't know, at random here, there's the Minnesota Twins. There's their ballpark. There's their logo. Now, the thing about logos, ballparks, especially with carryover logos, sometimes you're going to want to, and with Dave Cook seasons or whatever, if it's one that you've just newly installed, and in this case I did, 1976, you will have to assign logos because it doesn't have a reference point. But if you have a league running from a previous version, this will, they'll transfer over, and I'll show you that. Okay, so when you install a season, and I haven't played anything here in 1976, you already see a ballpark assignment. We're going to assume that that was already there in Action PC 2023, right? Well, how did that happen? How does that happen? Well, a couple things you just got to know. It's really, really, really simple. Okay, first, it's important that you install the game into the default directory. Well, I've tried to, install it to my D drive, things like that. The program really looks in your C drive, and if you have like the number of ballparks that I do and stuff, that takes up the most space. But really, you're looking about 9 gigabytes, and that's if you have everything. Okay, this program really does have a short, small footprint. I know it's going to be a little hard to see, but everything, the reason why that you want to go to your default drive is because when you've installed Action PC Baseball in the past, if you watch the installer, you'll notice that it unzips everything to a directory called DK Sports Data, and it defaults to that. Okay, so the reason why you want to make sure that the program that you installed to the default C drives, that it's a lot less painful. Let's say I made the mistake with Action PC Baseball 2020 when I want to put it on the D drive, and it was nuts trying to have it point to here, point to there, whatever. Okay, so inside this directory, which is like 8 megabytes, all right, you'll notice here that there's no you can't run the program from here. This is not where you run the Action PC Baseball. That's actually in your program files directory. This is where all your data are housed. And most importantly, right here, okay, in this baseball directory is everything. So you can see here ballparks, player photos, seasons, sounds, team logos, uniforms. I don't have anything in uniforms because I don't use those. Try to be a little bit weird. All right. So as long as you have this directory, and when the program sets up, even when you buy a new version, right, it's going to look to this. And if there's any sort of updates that have to be done, it will do this. Okay. So you don't have to create these directories, right? And so when I go into seasons, right, this thing doesn't care. You'll see here there's like seasons from June 29th, 2023. There's things back to 2007, what have you. Okay, so you don't have to be moving things from one directory to another. This is the directory that makes everything happen, right? So all your ballparks are here. So right now, I haven't installed all my ballparks, but there's like 1,895 ballparks in here. Okay. So everything is there where you need it. Okay. Now, since you know that, when you load a season and you have a season that's in progress, the program will automatically pick it up. It will be like if you're loading it. Let's say you were running a league in Action PC 2022 and you did an upgrade to 2023, which, by the way, you should have, and you went straight to 2024. Okay. When you load that season, the season will load in, but it won't necessarily have your ballpark assignments. So how do you do that? Well, it's really, really simple. Up here, so Action PC has two sets of menus here. The big red ones are the ones you're going to use the most. These are kind of your day-to-day ones. Up here is the real deep dive stuff here, all the reports and all this kinds of things and all the crazy stuff you can do. But up here is import. So, importing games. This has to do with, say you're doing a McGreevy type league. Hey, Will Toll, good to see you, my friend. So if you're doing like a McGreevy or a Shanks type league, right? And you're kind of, everybody's passing files around. It's like how we used to play, right? And if you haven't been playing online, what have you? This is where you import games. If you've created, let's say you have people in your league, and I'm going to get to how they do the stadiums and everything, but I think this is really important to cover all of this as well. Okay. So let's say that you have, again, a McGreevy league, and that was a league where it's coming back again, where managers, we all drafted players between the years 1880 and 1919 inclusive. And so you can create manager profiles in Action PC Baseball. It's essentially setting up individual manager AI, kind of like you've seen in just about every baseball sim out there that has an AI. So Out of the Park Baseball, Pure Sim, what have you, right? You can adjust AI to what you want, Diamond Mind, whatever. Park information from a previous game edition, right? Team colors, nicknames and logos, player photo assignments from a past season, historical team colors, okay? So let's go to park information just to show you how simple this really, really is. So you'll click on that, and you're going to go to your previous edition. So as long as you've been going, as long as you've been going to this default C drive, just go up to x86. And let's say, I'm not going to do it, I've already done it, but you would just go, you would open Baseball 2023 and you would click import. But what you want to do first, before you click import, is click park layouts, park photo assignments, general park information, and ballpark factors. If you don't check those, you're really not importing much of anything. Once you check those three, and again, I'm in a previous edition now, Baseball 2023, then just click import, and that will do all the magic for you. Okay, I'm canceling it because why do it? Same thing with team colors, same thing with team logos. So again, go to import, okay? Team colors, nicknames, logos, all right? Now here, what you're going to notice is it says double click a folder to import. All right, so it's looking still in your DK Sports data directory. So once you double click that, it will import all of those logo assignments. All right, so I'm not going to do that because I don't have a previous edition installed of 1976, but you get it. Okay, that's how easy it is. So you don't have to go. Yeah, I can talk more about historical team colors. Definitely can do that. So if we go to import historical team colors, import, so here you go. It's just a text file. It will say import historical team colors from baseball historical colors.txt. Just click yes. And then it says 24 teams found and updated. So it's doing these teams here. All right. So we have 24 teams in 1976. And there's Kansas City, and there's their historical team colors, right? You don't even have to make this stuff up. There's Minnesota, Let's look for Bernie's Red Sox and make sure they're not green. And there they are. So Baseball Maelstrom did a wonderful video with and I bookmarked it. I'll put it in the Discord. And somebody had posted it originally, so I'll repost it too. Which a great site for team colors, things like that. Okay, but that's all you do. That's it. Now, if you wanted to actually change it, and let's say you were making a fictional league with real players or what have you, then that's when you can go into modify team, and you can change the home foreground to any color or custom colors. So this is just basic windows, right? You can change the background. If I wanted to make them the Green Sox, I could. And Bernie would freak out on me, but there you go. And that's how you do team colors. But by doing that, so if I were to do like the 1929 season, it's going to look through that text file and it's going to find the team colors for 1929 or 1952 or whatever. So it's really just, I'm just going to click OK on the Red Sox. And let's go ahead and exit out. Really, everything that you need is in this import. Okay. It really, really is. This is it. So games, managers, park information, team colors, nicknames, logos, player photo assignments, historical team colors. Now, user-created spreadsheet, I don't mess with that because I don't create spreadsheets from this thing. But you can export in this. Okay. Your Red Sox, too. Nice. Are all the historical teams' colors accurate? Haven't really dug into that much, but some are ugly and don't seem like the real thing. Well, again, let's try another season and let's see. Because I haven't imported. I usually set team colors myself, but we could certainly do that. So let's go to season and let's find something here that I don't do a lot of season replays, but let's do, I don't know if we have a frame of reference. So let's do 1907. Okay. All right. And we'll click save. And then 1907 is going to come in. All right. Now, again, I don't have a replay going in 1907, but what you will see what the game automatically does. Let's double click Hannes Wagner. There's his photo assignment. Now, I know that for 1907, this is incorrect. The Pirates didn't adopt black and gold until I think late 50s or something like that, into early 60s. So the Pirates originally weren't black and gold. All right. So, but let's look and see what it, did it do all ballparks? Yes, it did. So there's Washington Park for Brooklyn. Now, it didn't assign the logos because I didn't ask it to. All right. So I've never played with 1907. So I didn't have it do that. So again, it's that import to bring in if I have logo assignments for it. I don't. So if you're starting a new season, you do kind of have to do some of the work, but the ballparks, so in other words, this has to do with the ballpark data thing that we talked about. I'll go over that again in this video because ballpark data, park layouts get people confused, tripped up all the time. Okay. So we're talking about team colors. Let's see what happens here. All right. So we're going to do now caveat. All right. So if you're creating a fictional league, right, it's not going to have anything to draw from. So this is basically for seasons. All right. So let's do team colors, nicknames, logos. All right. And then we're going to import from here. Okay. And let's see what we got. All right, now let's see what Pittsburgh looks like. Now, again, because I haven't used this season, nope. Okay, so you're going to have to change it. It just is what it is because I haven't used this. Remember, the import function is just, right, I don't even have anything assigned for, well, there is an assignment, but not a photo. And there are still things you have to do. But remember, the import function works for a season that you were already playing in a previous edition. So I've put in 1907 here because we were doing a dead ball talk one night or 38 nights, as is the case in this channel. In that case, I would have to change the Pittsburgh Pirates to whatever color they want. Or, if I wanted to be that accurate, I don't mind leaving them this color. However, I do know that they were, like a lot of teams, they were blue, red, whatever. There's the website again, the Baseball Maelstrom put up. In fact, maybe I can bring up that website now and I'll show it to you. And then it gives you the RGB values or whatever you want, and you can go as accurate as you want. All right. Since I don't do a lot of season replays, it's going to be hard for me to illustrate that. Okay. But let me find, I think I have a thing called, let me look in my directory here on my desktop for something called baseball links. Also got a really cool feature finally working in Pocket Pennant Run. And it's a way to bring Pocket Pennant Run and Digital Diamond Baseball together, and you don't have to print anything, which is really nice. So I will show that another night, though. Let me just go through here, and I'm going to show you this website. And this was really, really awesome. I think this is where is it? Baseball, blah 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 blah. Mea culpa here. Baseball links. There it is. All right. This is really, really cool. Baseball history, resources, and tools. So this is a YouTube video. I'm going to open it, but I have to stop it immediately. All right. If you want to prepare for the and of course, I'm not using Brave browser. So if you go in here, let's go to US team. We'll just go to US team colors. I'll just show you this, and then I'll put the YouTube in the link. This is, in fact, you'll find it in the Discord. But let's do this one, and let me show you how cool this is. All right. So if you're looking for historical team colors, this is the site, Will, and I'm going to put the link right in the chat. Okay. Somebody actually suggested dropping those RGB codes into roster files so that you don't have to do it every time you switch seasons. And you can do that. Hey, Dwayne. Again, you have to understand that not everything is going to be automatic. So there are things you're going to have to do. So let's look at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay. So we go here. All right. So you can see right here for the Pirates, for instance, this is their the right black, gold, and white. Okay. This is their modern colors. You can put this in as hexadecimal RGB values. So black is 000, CMYK, which Action PC doesn't use, and Pantone, which it also doesn't use. So these are just different, right? Different things. So let's go back to here. Let's go back. And I think from here, geez, we don't want this. I want the historical team colors. So let me bring that up again, like yesterday's lunch. How about that? Okay. So I'm going to bring up that dude's YouTube video again, because there's a specific site that I'm looking for that I think you're going to like. But that one is good for modern teams that I just put in there. So avail yourself. Super, super simple. All right, let me see. Take this off screen so I don't get a copyright ding.
Good afternoon, Mike.
I don't really think he would mind, but there you go. All right, let me see. Is it true color? Let me just go to it before I bring it over. All right. Hope everybody had a good day today. Oh, yeah, this is the one. This is pretty awesome. Okay. So let me close this. I'm just going to leave this open. All right. Let me make sure you guys can see this. All right. So let's do this. Has it for the lesser sports as well. Dwayne, how are you today, man? Okay, so there's American League official colors. So anything here that's like in blue, you click on. Okay. So there's minor leagues, but let's go to Major League Baseball official colors, 1903 to the present. Start with that. And this is really nice. It's really, really helpful. Okay. So this is for, you can find everything here. I mean, so if you're playing, let's say something, you're doing a World War, a season in World War II. this will give you the colors that the teams wore for that specific, and that was actually in the, here's the World Series colors. So if you wanted to actually go to the official colors, so Dwayne, you would probably like that one. So Dwayne's going to have a 1961 series come up. So if he really wanted to get fancy schmancy, he could just go to right here. So the 1961, this was the World Press Pin artwork, all this kind of stuff here. Really a fun site, and this gives you all the values that you need, okay, to put them in there. All right. If we go to Major League Baseball official colors, so there's this. Okay. When you look at that video again from Baseball Maelstrom, and let me put that link in here. He gives you a ton of links. All right. I think Digi Dugout, is this the one I want? No, this is score sheet. You guys, we're not going to worry about score sheets. So let me just give you this. I know this means you guys are going to go off and watch this instead of this, but that's okay. All right. So he, in the description, he has put, here we go, baseball, Major League. Let's do National League. 18. Don't know why it goes up to 1902, but let's just go National League just to show you. And then this will give you the values to do it. And you just put them in. All right. So again, if we look at the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise colors, you can see here all the stuff that's going on here. All right. So in 1912, they were blue, red, white. A lot of teams were that. We can see here the Pirates actually, right, late 40s is when they started getting into black and gold. So I was wrong. I said late 50s. So if I click, let's say I'm replaying the 1925 season when the Pirates, 25 and 27 in the World Series, there they are. So now I have these numbers here, and let me make this a little larger for some of you guys. All right. So if I go back to Action PC Baseball, all right, and I've got these colors. So this is how fun it is. If I go to Pittsburgh, where are you, Pittsburgh? There you are. I'm going to change it from black and gold. I go to Modify Team. All right. Now, if I go to Home Background, all right, there's the RGB values. Now, if I go to this website, this is it. Okay, so that RGB value, right, is right here. It's right here. It's 03291. It's always red, green, blue. So if I do 03291, you're going to see this turn blue. Watch. All right. So red is going to be 0, and this is, I believe I said, what, 32? And this should be 91 if I'm right. There it is. And I click OK. And now all of a sudden you have the proper Pittsburgh Pirates blue for that year. It's that easy. That easy. Hey, Legends, how are you, man? Sorry, sorry we missed we got into such a baseball chin wag tonight. So sorry I missed the football game. So yeah, everyone's talking about Legends game. So we missed it last night. Hope you don't take it personally, my friend. It wasn't we wanted to ignore you. We got so deep into baseball talk that it was like, oh my God. So you know me though. I mean, I'm not really a football fan, but I'm watching your just because it's it's cool. All right, so we want to do the same thing for the foreground. Okay. So we'll just do the foreground. It would be nice to have what you said, so you could put those in and wouldn't have to do it all the time, but sometimes you do. All right, so this is going to be 216.46. And there's probably easier ways to do this if you wanted. All right. So, and it's 216. Yeah, damn it. I'm going to do this one off screen just so I can keep this as a, whatever. Yeah, 216 and 46. Okay, so I'm going to go to the foreground, and it's going to be, what, 200. I usually don't worry about this stuff myself. I'm not so worried about the colors, but some people truly, truly are, and there's nothing wrong with that. 16 and 46. Now, what you could do is you could find that table, and by the way, there you go. So that up there at the top is what the Pirates colors would have been in 1912. And that's, that can be a little bit hard to read, but there you go. All right. And then maybe down here, what I might want to do, for the road background is I just go the easy way. I just make it gray. And then if I want to make this, you can see it's showing that same color blue is up here. I can make it the same color blue as I want. So there's a number of ways you can do that. You could look for that text file. So this pirate team is actually ready as far as colors. But would I want to broadcast with this? Probably not. That's why, I don't worry about doing accurate team colors. More often than not, I change them because I need to be able to see what's going on in the field, and I want them easy to read. So I would maybe lighten this blue, or maybe I would just leave them black and gold. Who cares? Yeah, the videos don't go bad, but absolutely. Hey, PIB99. So, guys, we'll be coming up on the next part 5 or part 6 of our 1967, and that's when everybody gets to jump in. Dwayne with, PIB99 with Action PC, Bernie with PC Replay, me with Digital Diamond. So that'll be a fun night. That's coming up really soon, guys. The chin wags are going to have to be changed to a different night, probably Saturday nights, maybe like twice a month, as I'm not going to be going out as much. Ballparks. Let's talk again about ballparks. Okay. Because again, I have every season for this game, but I haven't obviously played or installed every season. Why? There's no need to. I just, it's for projects. But if I mouse over here, you'll see it says Exposition Park, but you'll notice that the photo in there is Camden Yards. So in Action PC Baseball, if you're seeing Camden Yards, but you're seeing a different ballpark, then you just have to go to ballpark data. Let's go to that now. Okay. So we go to ballparks, park data. And again, because I've not used 1907 before, it has no idea. All right. So what I'm going to do first here on this left side is I'm going to look for Exposition Park. And yes, you can add even more parks if you want. So there's Exposition Park. Now over here, okay, this is just the data. And up here, of course, depending upon what season. So I'm doing 1907. So what I would want to do here, if I really wanted to be accurate, and these numbers here will change if you watch. Boom. So these are the park factors for Exposition Park in 1907. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to go down here, click in this box, and I'm just going to type E so I can at least get into the E's, and I'm going to look for an image of Exposition Park. Okay. So let me see. There's one. There's the one I like. It's sort of like a postcard looking thing, but it's pretty cool. Whatever. Select day. You can select a different one as for a night photo. They didn't play night games then. So, but just to show you, I can pick a different exposition for night, and I can pick Mike's as an alternate photo. When I click save, all right, and I go back to Pittsburgh, now there's Exposition Park. Now, next year I buy Action PC Baseball 25. When I load up the 1907 season and I do the import thing, it will bring in the ballpark and the logo I've assigned. Okay, so unlike Mike Silva's great mod, his uniform mod and his ballparks mod, which reads an XML file, brings it all in year by year, whatever season you choose to play, and the genius with his is it will do the ballpark and logo assignments. If you're doing tournaments, if you're doing World Series, what have you. This one gets close to that. So, but you know, you can see the Pirates still need a logo sign. But once I did all this work, I could import this then into Action PC Baseball when it comes out next year. But you can see these photo assignments, guys, that I have in here. These photo assignments, these date back to like Action PC 2017. So these happen automatically. All right. But the import function makes it really nice. Let me see. We'll ask something big here. Let's do this. Any chance we could have a thread in the Discord channel, Whirlwinds to mods, resources like this, etc.? I've seen a bunch of them. It's hard to keep track. Yeah, I mean, we definitely could do that. I've got to ask John DFW anyhow. I need to get in touch with him because I want to ask him if he will please add a football channel, a basketball channel, and a hockey channel. So that rather than breaking those into like their constituent games, at least, you know, there'll be places then where people can, you know, like for Legends, for instance, right? He's doing hockey, basketball, football, and of course the greatest game of all, baseball, on his channel. And I think that would be really nice for him to be able to post in the Discord in the proper sport rather than figuring out where in the baseball Discord, right? So in announcements, he can put up games that are coming up, but then it gets a little bit tricky from there. And so many of you other guys, just about everybody here except me, are also fans of other sports, especially the 4 major team sports in America. So I will ask John to create a channel in Discord for resources, because there's a ton of great things out there for doing replays. Okay. So that is a great suggestion. All right. Okay. More concerned with having a readable and somewhat accurate. Absolutely. I get that. Don't forget Racing. Yeah. Okay. Dwayne, Racing Channel 2, of course. Absolutely. How we might even put in one it'll be for the Red Bull Nation of one, though, of cricket. So who knows? But the important thing to remember, because remember it's saying park information when you're importing. Well, again, those are that's the differences here between park data and park layouts. So park data just has to do with home run factors and to what team is the park are you going to assign that park. Park layout, however, is agnostic. It doesn't care. So what you're doing here, and always make this window larger, because these parks are a pain in the butt to do without it. And in fact, in Action PC, they're not as easy as some other games, but it's zen, it's cool. So let's go to Exposition Park and see, and actually, I should be able to just type E. There we go. So in Action PC Baseball, when you're in anything that you can choose something, if you type the first letter, just the first letter, you can get to that. You could also go and I think it's the Control key or Shift key, and I could have typed EXP. Now, what's important is I do not remember which Exposition Park I picked. So it's always good to remember the file name. If you don't, that's okay. You just kind of click through. I know that's not it. There it is. Now, this did import. So when I said import park information, the reason this worked, and this is going to get a little confusing maybe, and I need to move left field over here to the foul pole, is this. Because we used Exposition Park in another league. So the program in the Ned McGreevy League, and I'm also using Exposition Park in that Decades Team League. This is the home team for the 1900s team. So the program was able to bring in this park layout, but but those assignments are a different thing. And because in 1907, just like 1976, so the 2 seasons I've shown, I haven't played in those seasons. So the program doesn't know about that assignment in terms of like what photos I want to use. Okay. So that's the difference. Park layout, you can access in-game, which is really nice. Park data, you can't, but this you can. And you can even put in, if you want to do whatever you want to do. I usually don't do fence markers. I've only started doing that. So The only thing here is I guess I need to put these on decks at home and row, but I think I moved them back here because this is just a tiny little image, but there are very, very few images of Exposition Park that show it from here. In fact, if you look in the Library of Congress, any pictures that you're going to see of Exposition Park are usually down the first baseline. So this was a great, great find. So I'm going to save that. Dan Burke, my favorite Irishman. How are you? No, we'll put in a racing channel, Dwayne. Just I hope you use it. We made a channel for Robbie, and he never used it. So please do. Legends says only 8 players in NFL history, pardon me, have more kickoff returns for touchdowns than Timmy Brown. If the Cowboys didn't know that before last night, they know it now. So there we go. Dan, how you doing? I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I'm trying to think what else I can kind of. That's really kind of it. And I hope TexAgs will find this useful because we did a longer video showing all of Action PC baseball, this year's edition, and to put it in there. So if you guys have any Action PC questions that I can answer, I'm always happy to answer them when I can. And if I don't have the answer, I will be honest and say I don't have it. I will look for it. I would also, even though he said he's working to get back in the community, Steve Tate's been busy, but Steve Tate is a beta tester for Action PC Baseball, as Mike Silva is for Out of the Park. So he can answer all kinds of crazy questions. But that being said, there's a lot of things I can do. There's also you can do things too, like user mods, so player photo assignments. So I can save photo assignments. I can restore photo assignments. I can also import photo assignments from a past season if I want to do that. Again, because of the nature of the projects that I do, I don't mess with this too much because I'm mixing and matching players from all different eras or whatever. For me to do a season replay, it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare that I do that. Okay, so this user mods thing came into being with last year's edition. So you might want to look at that. So, but if we'll just click on one, okay? So if we go from a past season, again, it's gonna I can go up and pick another season and look at pick anything from these are just from what you have installed. This isn't everything. So anything that's a folder is what you have installed, and there's a lot here that isn't. So you would just select that folder, click import. And notice again, guys, everything is coming from the DK Sports data directory. All right. It doesn't care. It's not looking for what version of the game you have. It's just that you're drawing from this particular data directory. And that's why I suggest always install. And when you do install Action PC Baseball, you do not have to keep the older version installed, but I suggest you do, at least till you get everything over that you want. Then you can uninstall it. But remember, it's saving everything into here, into this DK Sports data directory. Okay. Dan Burke says you've been doing well. All right. Yeah, and Will, to answer your question you had in the Discord, on the Action PC forums, this was maybe a year or two ago, somebody had mentioned, well, his ballpark configurator. I would have to try to find that again. I don't remember seeing a download for it. The idea was it would try to get close. But the hard thing about Action PC Baseball compared to Out of the Park Baseball is that Out of the Park Baseball, everything is geo-referenced. Everything is geo-referenced in that game. So that's why you can view the parks and Google Earth and everything. And if a hit is going, and it goes 425 feet in the game, that ball has gone 425 feet, right? Because Google Earth is 1-to-1 scale. So these, right, let's go back to ballparks and park layouts. What makes these hard, and what are we looking for? I have no idea what damn park this is. So I should know, but I don't right now. So, but let's look at one that isn't set up here, and there's a lot of them that aren't. There's just so many. Okay, here's a version of Baker Bowl. So unlike out of the park baseball, which yes, those are models made by Mike Silva and the 30 ballparks that come with the game, the 30 current ballparks. Those are not only 3D models, they are also actually situated where they belong on planet Earth. These are photos, and all you're doing here is you're setting up. So there's no georeferencing going on, which makes this a little bit trickier to get these lined up right. I think it would be amazing if somebody would come out with something, like for instance, so for folks that are legally blind, or folks like Aaron Reed, who are completely from birth sightless, has never seen anything, whatever. You guys can't play out of the park baseball, which is a drag because it's a great game. And Aaron and Joe Murdy had written to, I know Joe Murdy had written to them. He's another person in our community, with vision challenges, we'll put it that way. And they just, it's not accessible, unfortunately. And it's a great game, but we even tried it in the 2D mode and it won't work. So whether Out of the Park will ever, and they should, I think in 2023, we're coming up onto 2024. I think it's important that game developers address that. I mean, my understanding, there's a lot of like in the big AAA graphics crazy games, and I've watched, he shared a screen with me, I've watched Aaron Reed play them. So why baseball sims aren't maybe it's the small size of the market, I have no idea. Okay. Yep, you just need to find a pic that has some room behind home plate, shows all the outfield wall. Usually you can Google images, save in the computer, then transfer to Action PC. Yeah, absolutely. So you download Steve Tate's file from Discord, plugged in a bunch of files from elsewhere, but depth perception is lousy. You can get frustrated easily. So, the other thing I could do, but you would have to be super, super comfortable with this. These guys know me here. I mean, I'm certainly trustworthy. Maybe at some point, if you would like, it would require us using something like TeamViewer. But you would have to, again, maybe being around the channel more, knowing I'm a trustworthy person. The whole thing, we temporarily install TeamViewer. I'll just go on there and configure some ballparks for you. That would be the fastest way. And then you'd have them. So think about it. And if you don't want me to do it, you could always invite a friend to your house and say, hey, could you do this? I know you have to move things around, and just get somebody who's a baseball fan. However you want to do it, I'll do what I can to help. Well, I'll be glad to. I really want people to enjoy the game. And I mean, with this, with Action PC, it's really pseudo 3D, right? It all it is an illusion. There's no 3D in this game at all. This is a flat plane, but they make the ball flight, right? It's just the way the ball flight looks. It's just an illusion. But I do think that it does. I think it affects enjoyment of the game or whatever. But the thing is for those of you who are sighted, these things just take patience. But once you do it, you find it is a super relaxing exercise. The other thing that I could do, Will, that might be even make you feel more comfortable, is that would be a project for me, and I can't guarantee this is something I can do tonight or anything. I can find some ballparks I've configured, or if you tell me what season you would like to replay, I would actually go through and configure those ballparks for you. So if you feel fine about that, I don't mind. I'll put on some Pink Floyd or some Beatles or whatever, and listen to music and configure the ballparks for you. I would be happy to do that for you. So let me know. Okay. So a bunch of different things, and you can message me in Discord. You don't have to worry about it right now. Message me in Discord. Okay. Now I'm looking at Baker Bowl and I want to set it up, but I'm not going to. You guys know how to do this. So, You can change the size of the photo. I think this is pretty new, actually. So play-by-play, you can. So this is all new. This kind of stuff. I don't remember seeing this in past editions. Anyhow, we'll jump out of Ballparks. All right. Dwayne, were you planning on doing anything tonight or what? Yep. Always put season in the data season file and do not unzip the seasons. Don't unzip the seasons. Anything that you buy from Dave Cook or anything that you get as a homebrew, the program unzips them and still maintains this, right? Don't use the unzip function. It won't work. Okay. So good point. Dwayne needs to be, there you go. Yeah. So you can, so if I go to install a season, so you could, like, so these are the seasons when you, like, in the program files directory where you actually launch Action PC Baseball, you can see it has some seasons in here, which the only one I didn't have was 2023. So now I do. And I'll probably never, ever play it. If we ever do another Shanks League, then it will get used. But where you want to do is go down. You can look in game folder, seasons folder, downloads folder. Just look in seasons folder, put everything there. And if you have some home brews, make sure that you click display all zip folders. And I do know if you're using software similar to Aaron's, this will actually read these menu choices for you in Action PC Baseball. What I was surprised is that Baseball for Windows works really, really, really nicely with software. And why Topsy Hearts will come up. He's saying to Legend Sports Universe, dude, why aren't I up here with the Athletics yet? So anyhow, there you go. So you're going to do probably a bunch tomorrow while I'm at work. Thanks a lot, Dwayne. Thanks a lot. You're a real pal. You're a real pal, Dwayne. All right. Is it too late for a game, or should we just kick it off, or should we just say good night? Because it's what time is it? I don't know. I've been on here for 48 minutes. So we could pick one from something from Steve Tate's Madness and just do an exhibition game or something. If you guys feel like a game, or you just want to talk some baseball or whatever, let me know. Or if you just want me to STFU, I can do that too and end the stream. So these are great files. Again, if you don't have them, you should get them. Hopefully, Steve will be adding more to them. So morning, afternoon, and evening. Well, so evening for me is usually I get home at 10 o'clock, whatever. Okay. Okay, so you might want to talk to Aaron because he can't seem to get it running at all. Will is saying he's played out of the Park since version 3, and it's a lot more accessible than it was. He has the players in Baseball Super. Okay, so the thing is with Aaron, he is completely sightless. Completely, he doesn't see anything. So, I guess for Aaron, you could make these like the size of Empire State Building. I guess I don't know what I'm getting from Aaron. He said he's been sightless from birth. So for you, you're, again, legally blind, but at least you're able to see them a little bit. He can't see them at all. So I'm glad it is, but it's not as accessible, as it could be. And right. Yeah, so if you have some eyesight, which he doesn't. So, which is interesting. He was very, very open. It was very, very cool of him to talk about it because I said, baseball's his favorite sport. And so his exposure to baseball has been listening to it to the radio and going to the games. And he always take his radio with him. But his favorite sport is something he's never seen. And I think that that really gives you a definite, a very, very different perspective, if you will. The other thing these companies could do is enhance their narrator or do voice play-by-play for solo play AI being what it is today. And that's why that's why I bought him Baseball for Windows, because and the reader software that he uses is able to navigate that crazy hodgepodge of a program. And, you can just listen to Ernie Harwell call the game, and it's better than the narrators that are in this game or Out of the Park Baseball. I mean, you've got a Hall of Fame announcer doing it. It's got some glitches, but it's pretty damned immersive. But yeah, AI being what it is now, I wouldn't. It's just the case of what company's going to do it first. My money is on Out of the Park Baseball, and that's just a guess. I have no idea. Right. All right. Dan Burke saying it right here. Ernie Harwell, Baseball for Windows. Awesome, awesome game. And it was 1994, 1995 AI. And that whole game is AI, actually, not just the announcer. The crowd is actually, it was the first truly reactive crowd in a baseball sim, the first one. It was also all the managers have been programmed. There's literally thousands of micromanagers for that game. They're all actually programmed AI. So John Herson, for as much as he underplays that game, doesn't realize it was pioneering for more than just have Ernie Harwell calling the shots, calling the game or whatever. So love it. Will says, appreciate your offer, Beatles. Think about it. Apologies for falling behind the line streak. Don't apologize. It is what it is, man. I'm so behind on what everybody else is doing too. We're family here, man. It's all good. No apologies needed. Cousin Ken. There you are, pro cycling manager. Good. How you doing, cuz? Waiting for you to, and do take your time, waiting for you to get back to start Migrate too. I hope you do know, I think you did stop in. I'm doing a tribute to Christy Mathewson 1905. I'm doing that in Out of Park Baseball. So you get a chance, catch a few of those games. We've only done 2 so far, so we'll be going into Mathewson's next start will be against the Brooklyn Superbas. So but everybody always asks about you, brother. So yeah, there we go. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, rather than doing something in Action PC Baseball, is I think we'll go ahead and let Steam do its thing. And we're going to go ahead and do Christy Mathewson. I want to keep going with that. Okay. Ken says, I'm well. First day back in the gym tomorrow. Missed 9 days because he was nursing a cold and a cough. There's something nasty going around. I missed work yesterday. My voice is still kind of So not going to be any singing for me this weekend. It was supposed to be a busy weekend too, but I'm not going to do it. So what can I say? There's a lot to Action PC Baseball. If you really want to get deep into this game, it's super, super deep. And I love the additions they've made to it these past 2 years. This one with the baseball cards is brilliant. So good stuff. Keep going, Dave. All right, so you're loving the Big Six replay. Thank you. I'm glad. So the next one after him, and he can even run during McGreevy, I think I'm going to do Walter Johnson, because even Bill James, historical baseball, the greatest pitcher ever. The greatest pitcher ever. He is the greatest pitcher ever. And I think we're going to do Walter Johnson 1913 after we do Christy Mathewson 1905. All right, so there's Steam, and we're going to exit Out of the Park Baseball. Thank you. Steam Winter Sale. Hope you guys are picking up some cool stuff. I have. So let's go to library, and let's go to Atapa 24, which is on sale right now for $10. Pretty sure it is. Let's see. Let's go to the store page. For pretty much all of American professional baseball except the AAGPL, this is $10. Now, if you want to get if you want to get out of the park, 24, and franchise hockey manager 10, it's 24.11. But 75% off action or out of the park baseball 24, $9.99. It's not going to get this low again. So just saying. Let's go back home. All right. So I don't know what's next in Chronicon. I'll find out later. Chronicon's really fun. All right. Anyhow, let's go to 1905. Oh no, Ken, I didn't. Oh my God, I didn't. Would you care to would you care to enlighten the family? I mean, this is like crazy. Ken had sent me a message on Facebook about these Dynasty League cards, and it was unbelievable. Unbelievable, the price. It was like just insane. Okay, I've got to change because I don't want you guys to get bounced back here. So I've got to put on headphones now since we are going to do a game. There we go. All right. Was it something like $300 and something, Ken? It was something insane. You could buy a Steam Deck for the 2023 season. Yeah, there we go. Okay, $239. Here, let me put this up here. $239. Are you kidding me? Wow. And all you have to do on a PC is just hit Control and scroll your mouse wheel. Boom. Or if you have Dwayne Martz getting you through Digital Diamond. So it's $39 for the game plus shipping plus extras. And then just for $239, you can get the 2023 seasons with larger fonts. Yeah, crazy is right. How about it? All right. So Lou Piniella only argues on days ending with the letter Y, said the great Ron Luciano. May his memory be eternal. I love the little quotes that Out of the Park does as it's loading the game. Dwayne already saw that, or I could have asked him the trivia question about Lou Gehrig. So Ken says, if you purchase those cards, you better have the resolve to finish the damn project for $239. Hell yeah. All right. So first thing we're going to do is look at one of my favorite bits about this. About the history, or about league. And let's go actually to league. Yeah, is it league history? League, where's league home? Where the hell is it? Because I want to show you something that's just super cool. There we go. League news. And the league newspaper. So this does like every day. This is something that's super immersive. So you can, I think it's kind of fun. We see Three Finger Brown here shuts out the St. Louis Browns 2-0. Mordecai Brown hurled nothing but zeros at the St. Louis the Cardinals. What am I thinking? Duh. In an impressive outing at League Park today, the Chicago pitcher allowed 6 hits, fanning 3, walked 2, blanking St. Louis 2-0. Now I could read more when I go to that, right? And I can view the box score, and I can actually go back and find this game because I have the set, and we could actually watch the 6-hitter thrown by Three Finger Brown. But this is all about Christy Mathewson. But let's get back. Anything else neat and cool? And of course, you go to the next page and previous page. Right now, we just have one page going on, but this will keep building throughout the season, and I love this. And what's going to be fun is because McGreevy 2 is going to be in this, in in this game rather than Action PC. We're going to have a lot of fun watching these already generated, so we don't have to wait for them to generate. Anyhow, let's go to scores, and let's see where we are. The New York Giants, this is going to be Christy Mathewson versus Doc Scanlon. Mathewson 0-2 in the season with a 4.15 earned run average. He's lost 2. And both of them were heartbreakers. In the first one, an opening day, he struck out 10, lost. Second game, it was a walk-off. The Phillies walked it off against him. So the Brooklyn Superbas are 7-6, and at home they're 6-3. The New York Giants off to a cold start, 3-6, and on the road they are 2-3. So Matty looking for his first win of the season. Let's get to where we're going. All right. So here we go, and let's see. Yeah, looks like Bill Gilbert still in there. I don't know what we're going to do about old Billy Gilbert here, but let's see what we can fix here in second base here for the Giants. Not a lot. So there we are. All right. Let's do this. Here's our options and previews. Leading off in center fielder, right? Yeah, of course. Mike Donlin batting second in right field. Sammy Strang batting third and catching the Duke of Trey Lee. Roger Bresnahan batting fourth in left field. Sam Murdy's batting fifth. Shortstop, Bad Bill Dolan batting sixth. At the hot corner, Art Devlin batting seventh. At second base, Bill Gilbert. Batting eighth at first base, Frank Bowerman. And, oh, wait, how do we get Hooks Wiltsey in here? No, cancel the game. That's not what we want. Is this thing having, is it supposed to be Mathewson? What's going on with Matty? And why is Hooks Wiltsey in here? No. So this is not Matty. What is going on here, man? Let me see. See, it's even showing Mathewson versus Scanlon. All right. Why is this game having an aneurysm right now? Shouldn't be. It's never done this before. So, Matty, he's not hurt. It's not hurt. So, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to quick play this. And, yeah, so it did have Wiltsey pitching. All right. Let's finish today, and let's see if we can actually find a legit. Okay, so we sold Bob Hall to Brooklyn. Don't really care. Play game versus Purbas. Let's see what's going on. So now it's showing Hooks Wiltsey. This makes no sense. And it's McGinnity. I have no idea why this is doing this. I've never, ever seen this happen. Strange. Let me look at my rotation here. This is a first. So did Mathewson, looks like Mathewson got jumped over. All right, so let's keep an eye on that. Finish today. Yeah, I don't care about that. Sorry this is taking so long. I'm not sure why. I've never seen this happen with this game. So Chuck Frazier. Let's look at our pitching. Again, Matty got jumped over. I'm not sure why. There's McGinnity. We're gonna quick play that because we're not that we don't like Joe McGinnity, but wow, the Giants are really sucking. They're 3-9. Finished today. And there's Red Ames, so we're back at the top. So we're not going to play this. We're going to quick play it. Sorry, guys. Chance to talk some baseball, I guess. While I figure out what the hell. Okay, now this should be Christy Mathewson, damn it. Against Jake Vols and the Bean Eaters. Let's see. And it's Red Ames. You know what? I'm going to jump out of this thing and restart it. I've never seen Out of the Park do this. This is weird. This might be a little bug I'm going to have to report. I've never, ever seen this happen. Strange. Yeah, so Mike, I might need you to report a bug to the powers that be. This thing is skipping over Christy Mathewson. It's really weird. It skipped over him twice now. So Hey, there we go. I'm more of an aluminum type of guy. That's kind of funny. So, yeah, unless there's a place on there where I can. Yeah, see, this is saying Jake Vols versus Christy Mathewson play ball. But when I go to that, it's Red Ames. And I've never seen this game do it. So, unfortunately, now I've got to put this thing on hold till I can report this bug because it thinks Red Ames should be pitching. And that's not what I want. So, God, this is so weird. This was working fine. We're just going to quick play. And yeah, see, it's Ames. I really don't get what's going on here. This is strange. See, now it's Hooks Wiltsey, but it might not be Hooks Wiltsey. Yeah, it is. It keeps skipping over Christy Mathewson, and I don't know why. Mike, have you ever seen this? This is kind of like concerning. Kind of concerning. So we're going to quick play it. For some reason, Mathewson is just being jumped over each time. Finished today. And the Giants, I think, look like they have an off day. Nope. So it's showing Joe McGinnity. If I manage the game, it's Joe McGinnity. So it's getting the pitchers right. Quick play it. Okay. Yeah, the Giants actually won one. Nice. Okay. Finished today. And now it's Red Ames, but I've got to keep checking to make sure. Now it's Christine Mathewson. How weird is that? So bizarre, but here we go. Let's just play it. Maybe he didn't. I would have to look because, it uses as-played lineups, but Mathewson had a crap ton of starts that year and was 31-5. So I'll have to look, but I think this is a little bit of a bug. I don't know. I'll check that before I report it. I've just never seen that before. As Vivate. And wait. There we go. All right, and there is Big Six on the mound. So here we go. Christy Mathewson. So he's 0-3. So somewhere it thought Christy was pitching. That's why I think there's a bug going on here. Mathewson thus far in the season has struck out 21 and walked 5. So that's kind of typical Christy Mathewson. Maybe showing your rotation, and then you use the as-played lineup and switches the pitcher to actually pitch. Could be, Dwayne. I'm not sure. I will have to look, and we'll see. In the meantime, let's have fun, play a little bit of baseball. All right, starting defense for the Giants in left field, Sam Murdy's in center. Turkey Mike Donlin. In right field, Sammy Strang. At first base, Dan McGann. At second, Billy Gilbert. Need a picture for him. At short, Bad Bill Dolan. At the hot corner, Art Devlin. And catching, Frank Bowerman. Big Six ready to deal. To Rip Cannell, the Boston Beaneater center fielder. Cold bat as of late, hitting 225 with 2 runs batted in. So let's have a little trip around the Polo Grounds and let's see if Maddie can pick up a win here today. Mathewson dominated the 1905 season, so I'd like to see him do something here. Here's the pitch to Cannell, and this one lined to left and ranging back on it and gloving it is Sam Murdy's for out number 1, and that was a 3-2 pitch. So again, we'll see what Mathewson, what pitch he wants to rely on. Here's Fred Tenney, 259 with 6 runs batted in. The 1-1 pitch from Big Six. And Tenney swings, base hit, center field. Tenney makes the turn at first, but he'll hold on. Good speed, and it brings up Ed Abbaticchio, first Italian-American of note in baseball. 362 average for Abbaticchio. And you can see here that his family anglicized the name. So that would actually be CCIO. All right. So Abaticio hitting 362, 8 runs batted, including a home run. Tenney leads off first, one down here, top of the first at the Polo Grounds, the 1-1 pitch. And this one lined into left, and Mathewson getting hit hard. This one off the wall, and this run is going to come around to score. Murdy's having trouble getting to that ball. Coming into scores Fred Tenney, and Abaticio picks up the RBI double. 1-0 Boston, top of the first. All right, so Texags earlier in this, I did a recap video, so keep this one in mind. It'll just be what it says up there, recap how to migrate ballparks. Maybe if you want to bookmark or drag the link to your desktop, that's probably the easiest way to find it. All right, here's Harry Wolverton's good to see you, Texags. Wolverton hitting 294 with 12 runs batted in. Mathewson in a little trouble here in the top of the first inning. Abaticio on its second. Could it be because we didn't do a little read-up of Christie here today? I don't know. But here is the 1-2 pitch to Wolverton. Wolverton hits this one hard and deep to center field. Back on it. And making a great catch is Mike Donlin in center field. Turkey, Mike Donlin deserves another look on that one. So this one coming off 100 miles an hour from the bat of Harry Wolverton. And Donlin back and making an over-the-shoulder catch. All right, 2 down now. George Barkley due up for the Boston Beaneaters. Barkley hitting 246. He has 2 ribbies on the season. Mathewson winds and fires, and this was just a dribbler down to first, and that does it. McGann will take it to the bag himself. But the Boston Beaneaters pick up a run on 2 hits, and they strand one. We go to the bottom of the first. The Beaneaters won, and the New York Giants coming to bat. Turkey Mike Donlin will lead things off to a pretty good start to the season, hitting 389, 7 ribbies, including 3 home runs. Irv Young, 3 wins, 2 losses for the Boston Beaneaters. He struck out 13, walked 11, an ERA of 3.89. 3-1 pitch coming now to Turkey Mike. Donlin lays off, takes ball 4, and he will amble down to first base. Wuchel says, the Park's a fantastic game. There's come a long way since the old days. Yup. Remember I had a CD copy, the mail of the day the Feds took. Elian Gonzalez played it ever since. Yup. It's great. You're welcome, Texags. You are, so speedy recovery for your wife. No, you don't have to redo them. Again, Tex, you'll see early in this broadcast. I wouldn't be insulted at all if you, right? Just if you want to just rewind and watch that part. It's like the first 40 minutes I go through a lot of that stuff. If you have any questions, post them in Discord, and I will even be glad to do a one-on-one video with you. Nourished by History, welcome in. I don't think I've ever seen you here with us before. He says, really appreciates the tips you've given on playing out of the park baseball, adding pictures, made it an even greater game. But you have a question, I will be glad to answer it. Okay. The only reason I'm not highlighting comments here is out of the park baseball takes, it's Windows priority. As soon as I click away from it, the crowd sound goes out, which is really weird. All right, Donlin on at first, and Sammy Strang is up. Okay. So Texag is going to watch it tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, Nourished by History. Hope you'll return, join us. If you'd like to join our Discord, let me know. The Discord's a lot of fun. And a lot of people have some cool things going on in this and a ton of other baseball sims, as well as football, hockey, basketball. All right. Sammy Strang is hitting 357. He's got 7 runs batted in, including a home run. Donlin with good speed at first, good aggressive lead. We'll see what kind of move the Southpaw Young has to first. And, quick throw down from first. They fire the strike, but they're not going to catch Mike Donlin. So nice try there by Tom Needham, but Donlin back in plenty of time. Count 3-2 now on Sammy Strang. Strang hits this one to short, and it is not going to be a double play. So that one broken up. Strang reaching on the fielder's choice. Okay, Nourished by History says, when I play a historical game, I see the photos, but when I do a historical exhibition, they do not show up what you're doing wrong. So when you're setting up your historical exhibition, you also have to make sure that you're setting up for no fictional pictures. So you have to make sure face gen, like you want to make sure it's like no fictional pictures. And then globally, it should do. It may be that you have it. There's a couple different functions in Out of the Park Baseball have to show that. And I suspect that what is happening is you don't have face gen turned off. So it will sometimes use the photos. And if it can't find photos, it will use face gen. I've seen weird things happen in those historical exhibitions. So I'll look into it. All right. Oh, you've been watching these videos for 2 years. Well, it's about time you came in and said hi, my friend. It's about time you came in and said hi. This is a family here. So everybody give a shout out here to Nourished by History. Legend says Mike Donlin was a beast in his old Out of the Park league. Donlin's awesome, Legends. You're absolutely right. Legends, when's your next football game? Please feel free, right? You have the privileges here linked to your channel. Let everybody know when your next broadcast is. All right. And that's for any of you. All right. Here's Dan McGann now. Dan McGann hitting an even 400, 10 ribbies, 2 home runs. And there goes the runner, Sammy Strang, off to the races, but Needham throws down a BB, and that will take care of Sammy Strang. So the caught stealing, 2 down. Dan McGann, the first baseman, back in the box. The wind in the 1-2 pitch. McGann swings, and this one is sinking the liner to left, but this is going to go into the able glove of George Barkley, and that is it. So the Giants get nothing done except to get caught stealing. Bud Sharp will lead things off for Boston. Bud Sharp hitting 286, 6 ribbies and a home run. Let's take a quick look at our weather here at a very old Polo Grounds. Attendance today, 4,865 with a clear sky. Beautiful day for baseball. If a little chilly, 55 degrees. Wind going out to right at 12 miles per hour. All right. So Mathewson has yet to strike anybody out. He deals to the lefty Bud Sharp to count 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Sharp swings, and he sharply smacks this one into right field. Mathewson getting hit hard by these Boston Braves early. 3 hits already given up by Matty. So Sharp aboard now for Fred Raymer. Raymer hitting 233 with 2 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch. Runner goes. Raymer gets a good bunt down. Nice sacrifice. And the only play will be to first. So Bud Sharp doing his job. Or Bud Sharp getting to second. I'm sorry, Raymer doing his job. And here's the catcher, Tom Needham. Strong arm back there, gunning down runners. However, hitting an anemic 197 at the plate with 8 runs batted in. The 2-0 delivery to Tom Needham. Needham swings. This one grounded past the mound, and they're not going to get Needham either. Mathewson not playing a game or not making a play on that ball. Bill Gilbert coming in and making the play. So the Giants, this should make Dwayne happy, in a little bit of trouble with runners in scoring position. There's Aaron Reed. Welcome in. So Legend says, also, do the Franchise Stars Baseball League Awards video tomorrow. That would be awesome. I hope it's when I hope it's when I'm off work. I really so the football broadcast will also be sometime tomorrow. So awesome sauce, man. Great stuff. All right, cool. Everybody talking about some good stuff. Aaron Reed joining us. All right. Guys, keep the chat going. That's what this is all about. It's not about me doing a ball game. It's just about the community, about the chat. Have fun. All right, now the pitcher, Irv Young. He is 0 for 12 on the season. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch. Runner goes. Young gets a beauty of a bunt down. So good sound dead ball, good sound baseball fundamentals there. And we get back to the top of the order. Rip Cannell, who's nothing for 1. 2 in scoring position, 2 down. Mathewson not at all looking sharp. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Cannell swings. This one a rain bringer at the edge of the infield. And calling for it and making the catch is Bad Bill. So Christy Mathewson gets him out of a pickle as the Boston Beaneaters strand 2. And we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Boston holding a 1-0 lead over the New York Giants. Sam Murty's Bill Dolan and Art Devlin due up. Yeah, that very well could be Will Tool, and that is something that Dwayne had mentioned too. So I've got to get back to the 1905 season on Baseball Reference and check out what's going on, because maybe the game's doing something right and I'm seeing it as a bug. So because it's the first time I've ever seen it just jump over pitchers. You know what? I'm going to let the sound cut out every once. So you guys are making some great comments. Legend says he needs to devote a couple of days to getting all the ratings into the spreadsheet, at least for the franchise stars, baseball league rookies. Cannot wait for that one. I mean, your football project is going to be awesome, but you know, my loves with baseball and what you've done with that is bloody astounding. So you guys want to catch some quality baseball. Also, check out Legend Sports Universe. All those videos, Franchise Stars Baseball League 1 and 2. You got tons of baseball to watch, plus all the other content creators here as well. But watching Legends is like listening to a real baseball broadcaster and watching a real game. He uses MLB The Show 22, which on Super Bowl Sunday night I will be doing, not announcing, but that's going to be part of the Super Bowl marathon. Hopefully some people will join as I make it a habit every year on Super Bowl Sunday to do something baseball related. So the past few years, it's been doing broadcasts on this channel. Before it was watching baseball movies, reading baseball books, whatever. So going to try to do a marathon this time, starting around the sort of pregame coverage of the Super Bowl, which I'm not sure what time that happens. But I'm hoping to do that all the way through to the end of the game. And it's going to be some out of the park action PC, MLB The Show, Diamond Mine, Pure Sim, old time baseball. Maybe we'll do a little chin wags here and there, visit some baseball sites like Sabre, thisgreatgame.com, look at some sporting news archives. It's going to be a day to celebrate baseball because soon after the Super Bowl pitchers and catchers reports. So hopefully at least 2 of you will be here who are not football fans. And anybody, if you are, maybe come in after the game. We'll do something. It'll be fun. All right. Sam Murdy's at the dish now. Irv Young ready to deal. Here's the 2-1 to Murdy's. Murdy's cuts on this, swinging from the heels and dumps one into left field. Base hit, and the Giants get their first runner on. So not much to cheer about here at the Polo Grounds today for these New York Gothams. Bill Dolan now will have a go. Murdy's, wouldn't be surprised to see him go, but Needham has been pretty good at gunning down runners. Let's see. The runner does go. The bunt is down. Not the best bunt, and even a worse throw to first. How about that? So a bad throw by Irv Young. We're going to score that one in E1. Bad Bill safe at first. Sam Murdy's at second. So now the Giants with a golden opportunity with absolute supreme speed on the base paths. Art Devlin, however, just an average contact hitter. Devlin digs in from the right-hand side. Murdy's at second. Dolan at first. 1-0 your score here in the bottom of the second. The 3-0 pitch to Devlin, and Young loses Devlin. So now the Giants have them loaded. So Boston probably will look to concede the run. The very light-hitting Bill Gilbert is up now. Gilbert hitting just 152. He's batted in 2 in the season. Waiting on deck is Frank Bowerman. Here's the pitch. And this one, oh, great play by Tom Needham. That one in the dirt. Tom Needham pouncing upon it, and that goes any further, and Sam Murdy scores easily. So huge play there. Doff of the cap from pitcher Irv Young to catcher Tom Needham. Bases remain loaded. The 1-2 pitch, and Gilbert does not fail to disappoint. He strikes out. All right. It's up to Frank Bowerman now. The Giants not wanting to waste a bases loaded situation. A chance to tie it up. Bowerman needs a safety here of some sort. The 0-2. Bowerman swings, and this one gapped in the alley, and this is going to be more than just a tie to tie it up. So 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, and Bowerman is going to have himself triple. So 3 runs plated by the New York Giants, and Dwayne Martz is about ready to get back to his favorite badminton channel as the Giants get on the board in great fashion. So Matty now with some run support. We'll see what he does. Steps to the plate. Mathewson is 4 for 9 in the season. He was a pretty good hitting pitcher. Irv Young checks Bowerman at third. And you know what? It's a triple. And damn it, it deserves another look. This one 103 miles an hour off the bat. And I mean, Bowerman gets his money's worth. And this is a big ballpark. Notice the nice detail Mike Silva does with the buildings back there and this beautiful grandstand. Fantastic job. All right. So Mathewson in the box. The 1-2 pitch. Mathewson swings and misses. Fastball coming from Irv Young. That's his second strikeout to accompany 2 walks. Back at the top of the order now for Turkey Mike Donlin. Yes, very old Polo Grounds. Welcome in. Welcome back in, Chris. It is great to see you. Yeah, there you go, Legends, exactly. So Legend says at some point he needs to organize videos on his channel. Good luck, dude. I've never done that. So, but yeah, it'd be nice. Into playlists so people could just start watching and play catch up a bit if they so desire. And I'm sure they would. And this is an old Polo Grounds, Chris. So we're 1905. Be really nice to see some horse tracks and stuff here, horse footprints, because they did play polo in this ground. All right, so Boston playing in. They want to try to cut this runoff at the plate. Donlin, kind of a dangerous hitter here. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Donlin. Let's see what he does. And Donlin will send this down the right field line and pick up an RBI double. And the Giants now leading 4-1. So we don't want to jinx Big Six. We'll just say things are looking pretty good. All right, Sammy Strang now is 0-for-1. Donlin at second, 2 down, 4 plated here by the New York 9. Irv Young, the southpaw, with a 2-2 pitch, and he hits Sammy Strang. Strang trying to get out of the way of that, and Strang will take that little gift. Brings up Dan McGann now, 0-for-1. Giants looking for McGann's bat to heat up. He is hitting .389, 0-for-1 today. Full count on McGann. McGann, good eye up there, is going to take ball 4. So now the Giants load him up again. The last time they were sold out, Frank Bowerman came through and did some damage. Let's see what Sam Murdy's can do. He is 1-for-1 today for the Giants, 4-3-0. For the Bean Eaters, 1-4-1. Irv Young ready to rock from the stretch. And the 1-1 pitch, Sam Murdy swings. This one grounded into left field, and Murdy's is going to pick up 2 RBI on this one. And there we go. So Murdy's with a 2 RBI single, and the New York Giants now lead the Boston Bean Eaters 6-1, and we are just in the bottom of the second inning. All right, continuing on. Here's everybody in the channel, their favorite shortstop, Bad Bill Dolan. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Dolan reached an error last time, and taking it to the bag himself is Fred Tenney. But New York dropping the bomb. They leave 2, but they lead 6-1 as we head to the top of the third. Steve Tate. Welcome in, Steve Tate. He and Christopher Slovic are collaborating on a football project. Good to see you, Steve. So, guys, if you're in the Discord, check out Steve's video of his slot car setup that he's done. Super cool. Welcome in, Steve. It's always good to see you. We see too little of you these days. Fred Tenney, 1-for-1. Ed Abaticio and Harry Wolverton due up for the Bean Eaters here. Top of the third in this Christy Mathewson tribute. Count full on Fred Tenney. And Fred Tenney looks like a called strike 3. Matty bringing the heat that time. All right, here's Ed Abaticio. He is responsible for the lone Boston Bean Eater run way back in the first. And that was a double off of Matty. Abaticio grounds to short. And Dolan will fire on to McGann for the 6-3 put-up. 2 up, 2 down now for Harry Wolverton, 0-for-1. Wolverton's been doing some good stuff at the hot corner for the Bean Eaters this season. The 1-1 pitch. Wolverton We'll send this one to Bill Dolan, who will send this one pretty much airmail over there to Dan McGann. The Bean Eaters go in order. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Christy Mathewson with a 6-1 lead. All right, Art Devlin, Bill Gilbert, and Frank Bowerman. Bowerman with the big triple to start that huge Giants rally back in the second. 3-2 pitch coming to Devlin, who walked his last time. And this one, a little bloop into right field. Devlin will take it. So tomorrow in the New York Times, that's going to read like a screaming line drive. Devlin with superb speed. And here's Bill Gilbert. Nothing for one. And Devlin off with a pitch. Gilbert gets the sacrifice down, does his job. So the speedy Art Devlin now at second, potential run number 7 for the New York Giants. And here is Frank Bowerman with a 3-run triple his last time up. Irv Young has now walked 3, struck out 2. The 1-0 pitch to Bowerman. And Bowerman gets a hold of this one too. Good contact, but lined right to right. And Sharp has it. Tagging and moving to third on the play is Art Devlin. So 1 down, or 2 down now, I should say. So John McGraw telling him, get out there and hit, boys. And here's John McGraw's favorite player. And we're going to take one of the games some night and talk a little bit about the dynamic between John McGraw and Christy Mathewson, 2 people who couldn't have been more opposite. And yet McGraw really thought of Mathewson as a son. And Mathewson was McGraw's opposite in everything, except a great baseball mind, which they both had. But the personality and how somebody like John McGraw, and I'm not knocking John McGraw, but very hard-edged, not terribly educated. You know a little bit about McGraw's story. He was abused as a child and ran away when he was 12. I don't know, just that relationship with Christy Mathewson, I think was something really cool. And it was because of McGraw. It was because of McGraw that Matty ended up being a pitcher. So for many things in baseball, John McGraw, we thank you for that as well. All right, Mathewson at the dish now. Swings in the first pitch, and as he's been doing, Mathewson helping himself out, this time an RBI single. Art Devlin will come in to score. It's 7-1 now, the New York Giants. So could Matty be finally getting, what he's been waiting for on the other side of the column? We're back at the top of the order. Turkey Mike Donlin with an RBI in this game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Donlin swings. This one hit hard and deep to center field, but this is a big center field, and it's not going out of the park at all. However, the Giants pick up a run, and they leave one. We go to the bottom or the top of the 4th inning, and it's the Giants 7 and the Bean Eaters 1. Let's look in on the chat and see. So what Chris and Steve are doing it. They say don't go on Wolverton Mountain. Thank you, Steve Tate, for that. So Chris and Steve are working on Chris Slovic and I are big fans of the state project that's in Action PC Baseball. And I think through some cajoling and voodoo and what have you, he's gotten Steve Tate, our wizard who's done all those great leagues and, that I've talked about so many times in baseball. They're now doing a football state team. So should be kind of, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but you get these 2 dangerous minds together. Also, we're looking for Chris Slovic and Legend Sports Universe to call a game together. So hope you guys can do it while you're in the same time zone. It'll be brilliant. All right, here's George Barkley now to lead it off for the Bean Eaters. Mathewson with only 1 strikeout, but a 6-run lead. Here's the wind and the pitch. Barkley cuts in the first pitch. This one just a little pop fly out to third, and Art Devlin will glove that for out number 1. Bud Sharp now, he is 1 for 1. Matty delivers in the 2-2 pitch, and Sharp will dump this one into right field for a base hit. Playing that one the hop there is Sammy Strang. Here's Fred Raymer. And this one down in the dirt. This one a bit inside. Bowerman making a nice play to keep Bud Sharp over there, who has some wheels at first. Count 1-0. Raymer swings, and this one a liner to center field, covering a lot of ground, and a diving catch out there is Turkey Mike Donlin, and what a beast he is. Let's have a look at that catch again by Donlin. Donlin was quite a talented ball player, not so much a talented actor, but nice play by Donlin out there in the center pasture, covering a lot of ground and calling off Sammy Strang. So don't let those ratings number fool you. All right, here's Tom Needham. He's 1-for-1, and with a caught stealing. Matty checks Bud Shopper first, 2 down, the 2-2 pitch. And Needham is going to do a big league pop-up on the infield. And Vivate and Vivate. And as legends would say, that one came down with snow on it. I love that line. Bill Gilbert pulls it in for out number 3. Boston gets a hit and strands 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Giants 7 and the Bean Eaters 1. So cool. Steve saying that, and let's highlight this. Well, Chris says first it was voodoo, major voodoo. Some of it wore off, and you actually said, well, no, I actually can say it now. I've decided to say it. I'm trying to be more inclusive, such that I'm going to ask John DFW if he would please add a football, hockey, and basketball and racing for Dwayne to the channel. So yeah, Chris, I'm trying to be a nice guy. Doesn't mean I like football, but I want to be a kindler, gentler Rube Waddell this year. Steve says that he may be broadcasting the week on the Action PC 2024 baseball. Some updates on your projects in the game. Looking forward to it. Absolutely. Steve Tate is the undisputed guru of Action PC baseball in the community. He really is. Just amazing stuff. All right, Sammy Strang, Dan McGann, Sam Murdy's doing up for the Gothams here. Irv Young holding at 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Strang, and he loses Strang. So that fastball missing low. Strang aboard. Irv Young now has walked 4. Dan McGann, nothing for 1. Like to get going here. The 2-1 pitch. McGann, hard hit grounder to short. They will not turn 2, though, however. Abaticio getting the relay throw over to Raymer, but Raymer unable to get the throw down to Fred Tenney. So McGann on the fielder's choice, and here's Sam Murty's now. Murty's 2 for 2 in a day with 2 runs batted in, so he's been a monster for Mr. McGraw's Giants. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. The throw down by Tom Needham, and he is not going to get Dan McGann. 3rd stolen base of the game for him. So McGann ready to lead off second now. Irv Young peers over his left shoulder at the speedy McGann. Has the sign from Tom Needham. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Sam Murdy's will draw the walk. So Irv Young having some control problems now, as in finding where the strike zone is. Umpire Hank O'Day says, son, when it's a strike, I'll tell you. All right, here's Bad Bill Dolan. Nothing for 1. Like to see Bad Bill do something right here. Full count on Dolan. Dolan swings, and he's going to ground this shortstop to shortstop. Nope. So no relay throw on that. McGann will move to 3rd. Runners at the corners for Giants. And the last time they had 2 outs, they made a lot of noise. So let's see what Art Devlin can do. He is 1 for 1. Speed on the base paths. The 2-2 pitch. Devlin swings, and this one is going to be an RBI single into left. And the New York Giants, and going to 3rd and sliding is Bad Bill Dolan. I didn't think that was deep enough to run on, but there you go. It's 8-1. Let's look at that. So Bad Bill Dolan, he's going to play hard-nosed baseball all the way. To me, Bad Bill Dolan was the original Charlie Hustle, and probably had better fists than Pete Rose. So we're not going to. Yep. Oh my goodness, that was close. That was close. All right, 8-1. The Giants are coming out with a vengeance, having a stinky start to. In contrast to actual history when they were quite the dominant team. Here's Bill Gilbert. Gilbert's job usually is just to sacrifice anybody with 2 outs. Can Bill Gilbert get a hit? Batting average plummeting here. The count at 2-2. Gilbert swings, and he sort of puts this one into center field, but Rip Cannell will make the catch for out number 3. But 1 run on 1 hit, 2 walks. 2 stranded by New York. We head to the top of the 5th inning. The New York Giants 8 and the Boston Beaneaters 1. So, and we should have soccer as well, just to piss off Big Clue, says Ken Castro. Certainly. Will saying to Steve, when you do your next tutorial, Steve, could you walk through the process of unlocking different Windows voices? He says that's something he'd like to watch step by step before he tries it. Steve, I know last year was experimenting with some of the new neural voices that are in Windows 11. So, well, maybe he can show you what he's been doing with that. The voice quality knows are better. Steve always looking to push this game, or not this game, but Action PC, pushing the envelope on it, and does a great job. Just if you ever play head-to-head with him, watch out for the runtime error. Actually haven't tried. They've updated the head-to-head play in this, so maybe he will no longer be runtime error, Steve Tate. Let's hope. Either way, it's fun. Again, guys, for Action PC Baseball, play it head-to-head. It's an absolute blast. Play it in the Discord channel if you want. It's so much fun. I really miss Steve and I playing those games. Hopefully we'll get back to those someday. Again, my Pirates and his Tigers, or sometimes my Cardinals and his Tigers. All right. Irv Young, nothing for 12 to lead it off. And then back at the top of the order, Rip Cannell and Fred Tenney for the Boston Beaneaters. Mathewson with the 1-2 pitch. And Irv Young sends this one foul and strikes out. Mathewson at 2 strikeouts now. Rip Cannell, nothing for 2 against Big Six. The 3-1 pitch. Cannell swings. This one, a one-hopper room service bounce to Dan McGann, and he will take it to the bag himself. For out number 2, Mathewson looking for the trifecta. Here's Fred Tenney, 1 for 2. The 1-0 delivery from Big Six. And Tenney swings, and this one grounded to Dolan. Dolan to McGann. Good morning, good afternoon, and a good night. Buona notte. We go to the bottom of the 5th. New York Giants 8, Boston Beaneaters 1. Christy Mathewson looking for his first win of the season. All right, so Irv Young will face Frank Bowerman, Christy Mathewson, and Mike Donlin. The 1-0 pitch now to Frank Bowerman, that big triple in this game. And Bowerman sends a screamer out to right, but it's going to end in a whimper as Sharp will call off Cannell and make the catch for out number 1. Mathewson with an RBI in this game. He is 1 for 2. The Southpaw deals the 1-1, and he drills Christy Mathewson. So a story I always love about Christy Mathewson is, as much of a nice guy as he was, he could also be a true dead baller. And during a game, he was frustrated and apparently did a bunch of 5s on a lemonade vendor. So was apparently maybe one of the things that makes him a man after my own heart. Apparently, Christy Mathewson, believe it or not, was a very, very good poker hustler. So kind of a little surprise there about the Christian gentleman. He would also hustle checkers. But I guess loved poker and was damn good at it. So, all right, Mike Donlin now. Seems like Mike Donlin is like up every time. Are they switching the order all over the place here? Turkey Mike 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Matty leads off first. Young checks the runner. The 0-2 pitch to Mike Donlin, and Donlin will send this into center field. Base hit. So Rip Cannell had to wait. Matty had to wait. Thought maybe Cannell was going to get that. Cannell decided to playing it on the bounce, which is pretty good considering the speed there. That gets past him. And Mathewson probably could score with the real estate in this ballpark. All right, 1 away now. Sammy Strang, nothing for 1. He's done a couple sacrifices this game. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. He chased on that one. And there it is. You can see number 3 way down and in. So 2 down. Strang showing a little bit of frustration. Brings up Dan McGann, who's nothing for 2. Mathewson at second. Donlin at first in the 0-1 pitch. McGann swings, and this one hit deep to center, and I mean deep. And this one is going to bring in 2 pretty easily. Donlin and Mathewson will score. And Dan McGann, we've been talking about his bat coming alive. 2-run triple. As we wait for out of the park baseball to catch up, let's have another look at that just as a regular replay. I mean, he just tags this. So off the wall, and the coolest hit in baseball ever. All right, there we go. All right, brings up Sam Murdy's. It is 10-1, and the only reason I'm going to keep calling this is because this is a tribute to Christy Mathewson. So here's a name some dead ballers will know, and certainly those of us who are also study World War I, but it's not the same guy. But nonetheless, Kaiser Wilhelm. Little did he know that, 9 years later, that wouldn't be the most popular nickname to have. So Kaiser Wilhelm on the season, 1 win, 3 losses. He's pitched 25 innings, given up 30 hits, 15 earned runs, walked 9, struck out 7, an ERA of 5.40. All right. So here we go. He's finished his warm-up pitches. Sam Murdy's having a great day at the plate. He's 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. Here's the wind and the pitch. And the Wilhelm offering sent out to center field and angling under it, drawing a bead and bring it down is Rip Cannell. But 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left. So Dan McGann coming through with a 2-run triple. And the New York Giants leading 10-1. Christy Mathewson will face at Abaticio, Harry Wolverton, and George Barkley. Abaticio in the game has an RBI. He's 1 for 2. The 2-1 delivery from Big Six. And Abaticio, hard grounder to third in plenty of time. Art Devlin could have probably cooked himself a little dinner with a nice hop on that ball. Here's Harry Wolverton. Cranks and cranklets. He is 0 for 2. Big Six with the 0-2 delivery. Fadeaway was the last pitch that Mathewson threw. This one grounded deep to third. Devlin with a high throw to first. Dan McGann able to pull it down for out number 2. Mathewson once again coming with what we call the screwball. He called the fadeaway. Supposedly taught to him, or rather the man who helped him master it was the immortal Rube Foster. So 2 away now. George Barkley, 0 for 2. The count even at 2 on Barkley. Barkley swings and a miss, and once again, Mathewson comes with a fadeaway. It's almost uncanny. So no runs, no hits, no errors. If you remember in our opening day, we read a quote from Christy Mathewson. Mathewson, of course, having a great arsenal of pitches. And he said that the hitters aren't hitting my fastball. That's the one I'm going to stay with. If they are, I'll go to the curve. If not, then I'll try the fadeaway. If they're hitting all 3, then it's time to take me out. But Mathewson said that if a pitch was working, he would rarely mix them up. So if the batters weren't hitting the fastball, he stuck with it. The other thing that will be interesting to see as this tribute progresses, as the write-up about Christy Mathewson told us, is that when he had a big lead, Mathewson would tend to throw a few grapefruits in there. I guess he was averse to absolutely tromping a team to death. So we'll see as the innings go on if Mathewson will groove one. But I think he wants his first win of the season. So Boston scoring its lone run back in the first. New York in the bottom of the first had a goose egg, but then scored 6 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. And it'll be Bad Bill Dolan, Art Devlin, and Bill Gilbert. We have Irishmen everywhere here, and I love it. Kaiser Wilhelm with a 3-0 delivery to Bad Bill. Bad Bill says, a little bit too far inside for my liking. All right. So Wilhelm needs to settle down. Bill Dolan is not somebody you want on base. Very, very dangerous base runner. All right. Art Devlin now. Devlin, perfect 2 for 2. He's got an RBI in this game. The 0-2. Devlin swings. This one ground to short. Will they turn 2? 6-4-3. And they do. Fortuitous for the Boston Beaneaters to take care of Dolan and Devlin. John, while you're in here, may we ask you favors, please, if you would. Would say regarding the score, I'll let you go out and walk the dog. How about it? John, when you have time, my friend, and I know you're super busy, we thank you for putting together the Discord. If you wouldn't mind adding a few channels. So with Legends and everybody doing a lot of other projects, I'd like to hopefully we'll streaming baseball focus, but if you wouldn't mind adding a channel for football, basketball, hockey, and Dwayne asked for racing. Hey, Carlos Yaz dropping in for like, if you wouldn't mind, John, I know you're busy, but if you could add those channels, football, basketball, hockey, racing, that would be like superb, man. Thank you so very much. So everybody, a shout out to John DFW, who created our Discord for our original McGreevy League, and it's grown into a place for all of us to hang out. Mike Silva, almost every night doing a lot of just chats in there. And, you're all invited. Join the Discord. In fact, I'm guessing there's maybe a couple people here that aren't. So I'm going to put the link to the Discord. Please join. And it shouldn't be the only reason you join, but if you look around in there, you will find a free, very nice baseball game too. But we hope that you will join the community, talk about the projects that you're doing, whether you're a content creator, you play offline or whatever. It's a place for friends to hang out. And we are building quite a family here. So nobody makes any money from it. So there's a Discord. Please join. Carlos Yaz truly hates it. Well, not our Discord, but in general. But there you are. Christopher Slovic says, that's okay. Adolf Rupp never seemed to have anyone question his name. All right. Bill Gilbert, nothing for two. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Gilbert does it again. How about it? Another strikeout. So this time, the New York Giants are held scoreless. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It's 10-1. Yeah, so it is noisy. It is. But as Bernie says, the game we played last night in Discord was a lot of fun while we were chatting. We got into a bunch of other stuff too. So got the newest update to the Pocket Pennant Run software, and the way it interacts with Green Fox is super cool. So cool, in fact, that I can finally answer the question that you can actually use it in conjunction to make the game easier to play in Digital Diamond Baseball, because now with this function, you don't have to type in any ratings in Digital Diamond Baseball. So Dave Gardner, of course, putting all those ratings in. Now with Pocket Pennant Run 3, you can play right off the player's cards, but still having those ratings there just help facilitates everything. And finally got it working tonight, and it's so much fun. So look for an upcoming stream on that. I know that maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea, but Green Fox itself is a very, very cool scorekeeping program too. Really like it. And I think maybe some of you guys, I know I'm going to use it for, I just picked up Back to Basics Baseball. So after Mike Silva taught me how to read, and there it was on the website, every season available. All right, Bud Sharp, Frank Raymer, and Tom Needham due up for the Bean Eaters, down 9 runs. Christy Mathewson with 3 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Sharp swings, and this one sharply wrapped to Dan McGann, who makes the quick toss to Big Six covering for the 3-1 putout. So 1 up, 1 down now for Frank Raymer, or Fred Raymer, 0 for 1. Mathewson's 1-2 pitch, and Mathewson's been living on the fadeaway. This one, a fly ball into medium center. Mike Donlin has it, and that's out number 2. Fastball there by Christie. Tom Needham, 1 for 2. The 1-1 pitch, trying to speed this up because it's a blowout. Needham, is this one going to stay up enough for Donlin to make the catch? And he does. So the Boston Bean Eaters go quietly. We will not sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game because Jack Norworth and Albert von Tilzer will not have written a song until 1908. All right, bottom of the 7th now, and it's Frank Bowerman, Christy Mathewson, and Mike Donlin. He's everywhere. Kaiser Wilhelm on. He's worked 1 1/3 in relief, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Bowerman digs in. He is 1 for 3. Bowerman with 3 runs batted in coming from one swing of the bat. The 2-1 pitch to Bowerman. And Bowerman gets drilled. Bowerman is drilled by Wilhelm. Down goes Bowerman. Down goes Bowerman. All right, so Bowerman aboard. And here's Mathewson. He has an RBI in this game, 1 for 2. Bowerman, decent speed. The pitch, Bowerman off with it. And Mathewson, well, that takes a weird hop there along the third base line. But Mathewson gets the job done. So good sacrifice bunt. That must have hit a little the grounds. I mean, Mike Silva doing these parks more than justice, because these were not beautifully, I mean, they just weren't beautiful ballparks in terms of the field, pretty scrubby and stuff. And God knows what had hit there. So anyhow, there's Bowerman at second. Here's Mike Donlin back at the top of the order. Donlin 2 for 3, a run batted in, trying to get Frank Bowerman home now. The 1-1 pitch. And Donlin swings. This one grounded to short. And they're going to look Bowerman back to first. So 2 down now. And it's up to Sammy Strang, who's nothing for 2. Count full. Strang swings. This one grounded to short. Should end the inning. And indeed it does. Abaticio to Tenney for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. We head to the top of the 8th. The Giants 10 and the Bean Eaters 1. All right. Thanks for coming in. Had some pretty good viewership tonight. Thank you guys very much. Looks like Kaiser Wilhelm will bat for himself, being down 9 runs. I guess he's going to be just taking one for the team. Mathewson with the 0-1 delivery to Wilhelm. And Wilhelm sends this one a liner to center field, but measuring it up and making the catch is Mike Donlin. So 1 up, 1 down, back at the top of the order for Boston. And Rip Cannell, nothing for 3. The 1-0 pitch to Cannell. And Cannell finally does get a hit. This one down into right field. Played on a hop there by Sammy Strang. So that's the 6th hit for the Boston Bean Eaters. And Rip Cannell has some pretty good speed. See if Mathewson lets up on Fred Tenney here a little bit. Mathewson and Tenney, of course, knew one another. The 1-0 pitch. And the quick throw down. Oh, they got him. They got Cannell. What a great play there by Frank Bowerman. Let's look at that again. That was a super, super close play. Caught me off guard. Snap throw down, and the ump says he's out. Looks like he slid past first, and McGann able to get the glove down on him. So base is empty. Fred Tenney back in the box. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he swings the willow. And this one's going to stay up for Mike Donlin. Boop, and that is it. So nothing on a hit for the Bean Eaters, bottom of the 8th. And New York will send up Dan McGann, Sam Mertes, and Bad Bill, the heart of the order. McGann with 2 runs batted in. His 2 RBI also coming on a triple. The 0-1 pitch to McGann. McGann swings. This one pot foul, third base side. And giving chase, calling for it, and making the catch is Tom Needham. So 1 up, 1 down, Sam Mertes. 2 runs batted in this game. The count level at 2. Flied out his last time up. This one, just a routine grounder to third. Wolverton sets and fires for the 5-3 put out. So 2 away now for Bad Bill, who has done nothing in this game in terms of hits. And Donlin probably heard me there. Long fly ball to center. Nope. Rip Cannell has it. We go to the 9th, and to say that the Boston Bean Eaters have a lot of work to do would be a gross understatement. The number of 3, 4, 5 hitters, the order due up. Christy Mathewson looking for his first win of this tribute of his 1905 season. Mathewson, one of the first players to be elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1936. Matty, unfortunately, had died in 1922. Would have been amazing had he been alive to be in that picture, which Ty Cobb was purposefully late for. The bum. Anyhow. All right, Abaticio with an RBI again. The lone run it was a RBI double by Abaticio back in the first. The 0-2 pitch. Abaticio looks at a called strike 3, and Mathewson throwing a little bit of off-speed action there. So 1 down. Stories of these dead balls are fascinating. They are. This is my favorite era of baseball. I love it. All right, Harry Wolverton is nothing for 3. 3-1 pitch to Wolverton. Bounced out his last time up and draws a walk from Big Six. So trivia, of course, Christy Mathewson, born in Factoryville, Pennsylvania, and there are no factories, nor were there in Factoryville, Pennsylvania. So use that at your next, maybe at your New Year's Eve party coming up. George Barkley, nothing for 3. Here's the pitch. Barkley swings, and this one over Dan McGann at first into right field. And they're going to hold Harry Wolverton at second. Boston trying to get something going here in the top of the 9th. Bud Sharp, 2 for 3. Matty looks at Wolverton in second. Quick cursory glance at Barkley at first. Has the sign from Frank Bowerman. The 2-2 pitch. And this one lined into center. This will get down for a base hit. Donlin with the strong throw back in. And Boston has him loaded. So does Mathewson induce the double play and end it right here? Let's see. Raymer is 0 for 2, hitting .219 overall as of this at bat in the season. The pitch. Raymer swings. This one grounded to third, and this one bobbled by Devlin. So that's going to be an unearned run. Score. No, they're not. Are they scoring that? Yes, they are. Let's look at it again, though. Oh, boop. Oh, well, there we go. So that is definitely an E3 or E6, I should say, or E5. God, I shouldn't do these when I'm tired. All right, Tom Needham now. Mathewson, look out. Now Boston is just down by 8 runs. George Barkley at third, Sharp at second, Fred Rayner at first. Matty with the 3-2 pitch. Needham swings. This one grounded to short. Will this be? They come home and they get him. No chance to turn the double play, but 2 down. And it's up to Bill Lauterborn, who comes in as a pinch hitter, hitting .289 in the season, 5 RBIs. So in 38 bats, 11 hits. Bases juiced. Here we go. Lauterborn, first pitch swinging, sends this one up the middle, base hit. Is Matty letting up a little bit as advertised? So Boston with 2 runs here in the 9th. Mathewson, you can see down here at 129 pitches, plenty of gas left in the tank. So who knows? Art imitating reality or history, right? All right, back at the top of the order, Rip Cannell, who's 1 for 4. Boston still has them loaded. They've plated 2 here in the 9th. The 0-1 pitch. Cannell swings. This one sinking into left and making the catch finally in Sam Murdy's. And Christy Mathewson picking up. And, hey, we have us a team effort achievement. Christy Mathewson getting his first win of the season. Let's do our recap. Giants trounced Bean Eaters 10-3. New York wrote a decent, and it was just a decent outing from starter Christy Mathewson to victory over the Boston Bean Eaters. The final score 10-3. Mathewson now 1-3 was the winner. 9 innings. He gave up 9 hits while striking out 4, walking 1, and allowing 3 runs. The Bean Eaters fall to 8-10 and continue to sputter in the early going. The Giants got a big at bat from catcher Frank Bowerman. For the game, Bowerman went 1 for 3 with a triple and was hit by a pitch. Drove in 3 runs and scored once. In the bottom of the second, with the bases loaded, struck to bases clearing, triple. It was his first of the season, which gave New York the 3-1 lead. Your player of the game is Christy Mathewson. 9 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. Walked 1, struck out 4. So his ERA gets down now to 3.25. Irv Young gets the loss. He goes to 3-3, 4 2/3. Worked 9 hits, 10 runs, 6 earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, 4.75 earned run average. Kaiser Wilhelm worked 3 1/3 in relief and walked 1 and struck out 1. So pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff, guys. Thank you for coming in for the New York Giants, who improved to 6-11. 10 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. For the Boston Beaneaters, 3 runs, 9 hits, and 1. We'll go ahead and there we go. Team effort. How about it? 6 runs scored. And we also had batting around, which happened. So love it, love it, love it. Love those team achievements. Very quickly, Noodles, Hahn, Patsy, Flannery, Reds, and Pirates. Let's quick play it. And the Pirates take this one over the Reds 4-1. Superbas and Phillies, McIntyre versus Sparks. And it's the Superbas 5-2. Cardinals and Cubs, Wish Egan and Big Jeff Pfeffer. Pfeffer's one we should do a tribute to sometime too. All right. And Jeff does it upright. 4-hit shutout, 5-0 over the Cardinals. Going to the junior circuit now, the Boston Americans and the New York Highlanders. Oh, my God. So this is a good matchup, too. Bill Dineen and Jack Cheesebro. So the Boston Americans are 12-6 in the season. The Highlanders weren't very good. They were 4-12, at least coming into this one. Quick play it, and New York takes this one 2-1. Close game. That would be something to watch. Athletics and Senators, Eddie Plank against Tom Hughes. And for this one, it's going to be Eddie Plank. It goes to 4-1. Gettysburg Eddie pitching a 5-hitter against the Senators. Finally, the Tigers and the Browns. The Tigers are 9-7. The Browns 5-12. Frosty Thomas against Harry Howell. So Frosty Thomas would have done well in the Aliens movies because he could stay frosty. The Tigers take this one 5-3. And there we go. So we will be seeing Christie at some point again. Let's look at our standings and then catch up with the chat. So in the National League, Ken Castro's Philadelphia Phillies right now at 11-4. It's a percentage point tie for first. The Chicago Cubs at 13-6. The Reds are 2 back. The Superbas 3.5 back. The Pirates 4 back. Beaneaters 4.5 out. The Giants 6 back, and the Cardinals 8 back. So tight races on both sides. In the American League, the White Sox a half game up on the Athletics and the Boston Americans. Again, it's just percentage points separating them. Detroit Tigers 1.5 out. The Naps 3.5 back. Senators 4.5 back. Highlanders 6.5, and the St. Louis Browns 7 out. So this is going to be a lot of fun, I think. So that is it. Pirate fans may enjoy this. So there we go, guys. There's a link. I can't check it through StreamYard, but do check it out. And I will come back and find it later. All right, guys, that is it. I hope for those of you that came in for the Action PC found that bringing over logos, ballparks, and everything like that is really easy. Don't be afraid of it. Look at the resources. I'll start a thread for baseball resources in the Discord for people looking for historical team colors. Again, I urge you also to check out the video from Baseball Maelstrom. But I'll gladly put some links and things that I found in there, plus some other great things for those of you that do season replays. And that's it. You guys are very, very welcome. I thank yous too. We'll do it like this. We'll do it. Bernie Strong and Tex Aggs and D. Scott Howard. So you're getting fancy here. Will Toole. Carlos Yaz. He's the hater of Discord in general. Dwayne Martz. Chris Slovic. John DFW, Cousin Ken, the man, the myth, and the legend, Steve Tate. Thanks, Steve, for coming in. Always a treat, man. Seriously. Aaron Reed, Legend Sports Universe. And did we get everybody? Todd B. Nice. Todd B, thank you, man. Todd B, one of the first members of this, La Familia. All right. So, Nourished by History is watching from Bangkok, Thailand. So we have somebody east of Chris Slovic now. I hope you come back, man. You come back 3 times, you get yourself a wrench. And maybe a date with Kate Beckinsale, although probably the latter will not happen. But thank you for coming in. All right, I think we just about got everybody. Oh, there's Bernie. We're going to put Bernie up here again because Bernie is Bernie. Mike Silva, of course, who makes these great ballparks. Real treat to see Cousin Ken Castro in here again. Hey, Mike, I'm sorry I missed you. You probably left a long time ago. Mike Mitchum in here. So thank you, Mike. The newer folks to the family. My favorite Irishman, Dan Burke, was here with us tonight. Thank you, Dan. He's a big fan of Baseball for Windows, as am I. Haven't done one of those in a long time. Pib99. Sorry I missed you, Paisan. There you are. And, of course, I'm here like a weirdo. And I think that is it. Who was first? Who was first? It was Bernie, first in the ballpark. All right, guys, don't know when the next broadcast will be, but it'll be something. Oh, you messaged to me. Thank you, D. Scott. I do when I check it out. Guys, until the next time, and it will be well before New Year's. Yeah, have fun. Follow each other. Catch up. There's tons of people doing tons of stuff in the family all over in our great community. Support each other. And that's really all I got to say, except see you around the batting cage, and good night.